Hey, thanks for making it to Veterans Info Tap. I'm glad you made it. Look, here's the situation. The VA shortfall is a real thing. There is some potential fixes in process, and I will be sharing that information along the way as well. However, I did see an article that just came out September 6th on Military Times, and I wanted to share that with you here today. The headline is Vets Benefits Checks Could Be Delayed Without a VA Funding Fix Soon. Benefit checks could be delayed is in that headline. Now, before I jump into this, I want to throw a quick shout out, thank you, if you will, to William Carroll, Jack Summers, and also Tyrone Ingram. Thank you so much for your super thanks comments. I really appreciate those so very much. Each one of you, William, Jack, and Tyrone, thank you each very much. I appreciate the support. All right, jumping into this article here on Military Times. Again, the headline, Vets Benefits Checks Could Be Delayed Without a VA Funding Fix Soon. Please hit the thumbs up, subscribe, share with a friend, all that good stuff. I really appreciate it. Every person that does that helps this video get more views and awareness out there for folks. So let's jump into it. When lawmakers return to Capitol Hill next week, they will have just 3 weeks to agree upon a short-term budget extension to keep federal operations open this fall and prevent a partial government shutdown. But that might not even be their biggest financial challenge. That's because the Department of Veterans Affairs officials have warned that their own fiscal shortfall isn't addressed by September 20th. Tens of millions of dollars in veterans benefits could be dispersed or disrupted starting in October, a potential disaster for families depending on that support. Administrators need about $2.9 billion, that's with a B, $2.9 billion approved for fiscal year 2024 operations and about $12 billion more for fiscal 2025 accounts because of a surge in benefit payouts in recent months. Leaders have warned that without a solution in the next few days, compensation and benefit payments and readjustment benefit payments scheduled for delivery in October are at risk of being delayed. By the way, we are in September of 2024. October is about 3 weeks away, and that is our next VA check. So let's see what happens. The party continues. So department officials have been working with lawmakers on Capitol Hill for the last 2 months trying to find a solution to the problem, but so far have not arrived at a solution. Meanwhile, congressional representatives have blasted VA leaders for poor management and planning, which they said has led to this fiscal crisis for veterans. The fight is expected to be highlighted on September 10th when the House Veterans Affairs Committee hosts a hearing on concerns with VA management. The budget shortfall is expected to be among multiple complaints from Republican members alongside accusations of poor communication and insufficient oversight. And honestly, I agree. This represents by far the largest budget shortfall the department has experienced under any administration, Committee Chairman Mike Bost wrote in a letter to the VA Secretary in July. Not only have your chief financial officers thrown out the dollar amounts requested for many key accounts, they have abandoned many of the estimates and projections that have underpinned their budget. This is not fiscal mismanagement, it is strategic whiplash. VA officials say the problem stems not from mismanagement, but from historically high levels of benefit payouts by the department. Through the first 10 months of fiscal 2024, staffers have granted disability compensation benefits to more than 1.1 million veterans and survivors, a new record. Nearly 413,000 veterans newly enrolled in VA healthcare services over the previous 12 months, up 27% from the same time frame last year, or from the same time frame earlier this year. Due in large part to the historic PACT Act, VA is delivering more care and more benefits to more veterans than ever before. This is from the VA Press Secretary, Terrence Hayes, that he threw out in a statement. These results are life-changing for veterans, their families, caregivers, survivors, and the VA will continue to push to make sure that they get the care and benefits they deserve. Sure, I get it. The VA is doing what they do and sending it out. That's not disputed, doing great things, getting benefits approved. The question is when you know how many claims you're taking in, how many intent to files you're getting, how many claims you're getting, the average amount of time it takes to process a claim, the average award amount, and the average back pay amount, you should be able to figure out fairly easily some sort of a forecast or projection on budgets. In any case, let's move on. A bipartisan group of lawmakers has introduced legislation in the Senate to address the funding shortfall, but its prospects in the House are still unclear. On Friday, members of the House Appropriations Committee unveiled their own funding fix plan, which includes nearly $3 billion in new funding for VA, but also strong oversight measures to uncover how this massive shortfall occurred and to prevent it from happening again. For their part, advocates worry the political fight may overshadow the need for an immediate fix. In an open letter this week, American Legion officials urged its members to petition Congress to find a solution, protecting the benefits that so many of our brothers and sisters depend on. This is the call to action. Reach out to your congressional member and let them know that we must fix and have the money available for October payments. That is the number one priority. Moving on, the same day as the veteran hearings, lawmakers are expected to begin debate on plans for a full federal budget extension past October 1st. If a solution to the VA funding shortfall is rolled into the package, it may not be passed until after September 20th deadline, potentially creating processing issues for the Department of Veterans Affairs benefits checks to millions of veterans. So with that, the real ask here is reach out to your congressional member, let them know that you would like to make sure that they are working in unison to support the VA's funding shortfall for this fiscal year is the most important thing. Again, we've already hit September's check. That's already in the bank. Your next check is October, and this is the time frame in which they are pointing at as a specific potential of a delayed payment. So they're saying if they do not fix it by the 20th of September is the deadline, and that is what, 12 days away. That's a pretty tight time frame. Congress is due back this week, and hopefully we can get it fixed. So with that, thank you so very much for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you. Have a great one, and remember, if we don't take care of each other, something went wrong.